Evening, peeps. Let me just get that out of my throat. Evening, peeps. Evening. Welcome back to the channel. Final round of the Super Formulas tonight. We are live for the sprint race for the finals. So we've got a 15-minute sprint first of all, and then a 30-minute feature straight after. 15-minute qualifier just about to kick off. I'm not sure if we're waiting for any drivers, but we'll get round to that. So that's where we're at tonight. We're at Catalunya without the chicane, so the tricky little chicane at the end. It just means we roll round the very last corner before we hit the start-finish straight. So let's have a look then. So there's the information for tonight. We've got the two races. Race 1, 10-minute qualifier. Oh, it's a 10-minute qualifier, apologies, not 15. 15-minute race. Fuel depletion is at times 3. Tyre wear is at times 5. The weather is late morning. SO2. I think that's all right. Free tyre choice. They have to take. They can take any tyres they want in race 1. Again, 15-minute race. Shouldn't mean they need too much in terms of tyres. Race 2, though, is the top 8 of race 1 are reverse grid. It's a 30-minute race. Fuel depletion is at times 3 again. Tyre wear is at times 5 again. Weather is afternoon SO1, and they do have to do 1 mandatory pit stop. I don't think they have to change any tyres as such. They just have to at least go for a roll through the pits. Okay, just popping up in the chat. We are just waiting for one other driver. So that's the format. Points-wise, individual points, we've got Mocking Weeks leading the way. It's still feasible, I suppose, not really, for Skippy to give him a bit of a run, but Mocking Weeks has only got to really complete tonight's races, get a few points on the board, and he should be safe for the championship win. So it is currently him leading with 142 points. We've got Skippy in second with 110 points. Tyre Slayer third with 98 points. Manny in fourth with 77 points. Rob S in fifth with 68 points. P1RCs in sixth with 67 points. We've got Captain Pugwash in seventh with 63 points. Pilgrim in eighth, 61 points. Marshall in ninth with 60 points. Dodger in 10th with 58 points. We've got Dylan in 11th. I think he's in the room now. Yes, he turned up. He's in 11th with 57 points. Mutt36 is 12th with 54 points. Ricky J 13th with 46 points. And Footer Engineering 14th with 22 points. So really anything anywhere between 12th and 5th could all be chopping and changing places. Even 4th with Manny if he has a poor night. We'll see, but that's individual points, and then we go to constructors. So the teams, we've got Eco Haas leading the way on 200 points. Still opportunities for that to change tonight. Jordan in second with 174. We've got Hasketh Penthouse with 171 in third. Williams Cannon in fourth with 151. Braun GP with 130 points in fifth. Got Aston Martin 6th with 107 points, and McLaren 7th with 107 points as well. Joint 6th and joint 6th. We'll say it's joint 6th. So that's what we've got coming up. There's points as well. Merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up, dartsmoker, usual. And let's get ourselves in. Let me turn the sound on so we don't forget. So yeah, final round of the Super Formulas tonight. It's going to be a couple of weeks before they have anything coming back. We've got GTTCC returning end of July, so keep your eye out for that. That's Friday nights, 9 o'clock, but that's a couple of months away. So who have we got in the room? Let's have a look. We've got Dylan, Obi, Mutt36, Manny, Marshall, Mockin, Tyre Slayer. We've got Rob, Captain Pugwash, Skippy, Pilgrim, and Dodger all in the house tonight. Okay, qualifying going to start at 5 past. Oh. Get myself comfy. How are we all doing tonight, people? All right? Nice day for it, wasn't it? Everyone see the aurora? Didn't actually see it, but I saw the photos. Very nice it was too. Right, let's turn some nonsense on. There's the quali ding being dinged. So let's get quali underway then. I'm not sure who left the pits. There's a couple of drivers all leaving at the same time. Do a little bit of a look at liveries, shall we? 36. Fallout livery on his. Standard Canon Renault Camel livery for Obi. His teammate rocking the same one. Manny's testing out the drift in the Super-Formulas. It's only out laps, boys. What were you in anyway, Manny, livery-wise? Don't know, you've gone. Well, S. Risking it for a biscuit there in the Mercedes livery. Skippy, the Penthouse Rizzler. Tyre Slayer, Benton and Hedges, I think you're rolling in, I believe. Bosh, there we go. For Skippy, Marshall with the Marlborough. Skippy again. Benson and Hedges it is. There's the cardboard monstrosity for Dodger. Dylan still in the pits. And the Red Bull livery for him. And Mocking Weeks also in the cardboard livery. So let's. We've already done a couple of corners, but we'll jump on board with Mocking. So they do have a KERS function they can use. It's the little gauge to the bottom right of your screen. When you see that flash of red, the overtake function, it does give them a little bit more power. Alex Monster Diz, evening brother, how are you? Yeah, they do get that overtake function. There you go, it just flashed up red now. Just gives them a couple of miles an hour, a little bit more acceleration off the line. Helps with the overtakes if they're in that right position to do so. But they do only get that tank of it per race, so if they use it, it's done for. Some drivers use an awful lot, some drivers not so much. ACPMP Charity being pushed with We Are Driven, so missing out that final chicane, coming full tilt round that last corner. This is really the last corner. Oh, Mocking. Probably a fair bit of downforce there. 1:21, so he sticks himself on pole for the time being. Let's see what anyone else can put in. 36 has gone 1:22, a second back from Mocking. Also 1:23.7. I was going to say Pilgrim's just put in a 1:24.1, but Marshall's come through. 1:22.5 in for third. Obi in fourth then. Getting that car pointing in the direction. Pilgrim in fifth, 1:24.1. Skippy's crossed the line, he's put in a 1:24.2. Tyre Slayer in seventh, 1:24.5 for him. Dodger, he's put in a 1:24.9 for eighth on the grid currently. Again, it is only a 10-minute qualifier, so not masses of time really to get around. Manny in 9th, 1:29.7 for him. Rob S in 10th. With a bit of a penalty to lose, 1:34.5. He's been off track somewhere. Got his penalty to lose this lap as well. Pugwash just exiting the pits now. So I don't know whether Pugwash has even put a lap in yet. Dylan's also not left the pits, but it is still this man on pole. Quicker than 1:20.8 then fastest. Still a full second, pretty much faster than Luck 36. He's also found another, well, It's about half a second. Short penalty to lose. Skipping across to the line, finds a bit more time. 1:22.4, then throws himself into third position. Someone in the background was almost off track. Where are you? Green car. Is it you, Rob S? Possibly. Wash back in the pits. Dylan back in the pits, or still in the pits. No coffee tonight, people. I've not got to worry about that getting cold. Far too warm for coffee today. But now my fizzy pop's getting warm. So into this fast section then, you would usually turn right where those cones are, but we bypassed that. Pop out just there, but Mockaway throws himself in the pits anyway. What are we, 5 minutes 30 in, so he's looking for a new set of boots to try and better that time. He's still got a full second over Muck 36. Let's see what Muck 36 puts in this lap. It's 1:23, not as quick. Tyres starting to wear out. Opted to come in for a fresh set. He's still got a few minutes to get back out and push that time. Skippy also risking it as well, coming in for a fresh set of tyres. Marshall's still out on those racing softs. Pilgrim in the pits as well, he wants a new set of tyres also. Manny's coming in. Tyre Slayer, he needs a new set of tyres really. He's got a fresh set on. He's just crossed the line with a 1:33.1 then on his out lap. Come back and see what he does on this next lap. Dodger 1:24.2. He's found a bit of time up into 9th then for Dodger. Rob S. Been in and out of the pits a little bit tonight. 10th for him. Wash out on track now. It's an out lap for him though. Still Dylan just calmly sitting in the pits. Who are we looking for? Obi. Obi on his fresh tyres. Show me a time in line. Just around this next corner. Fresh set of Seth softs on to push then. 0.7 seconds up on his fastest. Maintain that, he'll move up a couple of positions at least. Still 2.8 back from race leader. He might be able to gain a little bit more time though on these last couple of corners. Then fast through there. What's it going to be for Obi? Oh, there we go, second. So yeah, chopped a great big chunk of drivers out of his way. Still 0.9 of a second behind this man who's still putting in purple sectors. He's got those fresh tyres to play on as well. 8 minutes into qualifying then. 2 minutes left to get around this circuit. You do get to finish any laps you're on, even if the timer runs over. So let's have a look at this next timing mark. 0.4 up then was Mockin. Calm and collected through there, down towards this timing line. Still half a second up, might be able to find a little bit of extra time here, Mockin. Again, a couple of corners left to go. Again, he's got opportunity to stick another one in if he wants. Into this last corner then. Down towards the line. And he has found a little bit more time. So 1:20.1 for him. So 0.7 of a second quicker than his previous. That now puts him 1.6 seconds ahead of Obi. He's not bothering going for another lap. He's quite happy with that. That's quite a big margin for him to play with. Obi's still pushing though. Whoa, fast round that final turn. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Picked up a penalty on that final corner. I don't think it was going to be quick enough anyway. But 36 in third still. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not, because Skippy's just come through to take that off him. He's pushed himself into second. 1:21.6 then, so it pushes Obi down. But in back in the last few corners. Manny's in 5th. We'll get another lap here. Not like that. 15 seconds to make it to the line. I think he's going to do it. He's on busted tyres though, is Mutt. I don't think he'll be able to. 3 seconds down. Don't think he'll be able to do it on the tyres he's got. So that is the 10 minutes done and dusted. So any laps they're on now is it. Marky Weeks has pulled over. Oh no, he's not. He's still rolling around, but he won't be doing a hot lap, that's for sure. Skippy, he's also on the move again. Obi's still parked up. Mutt 36. Half a second down. Again on those worn tyres though. A struggle on the right-handers. Manny's been into the wall somewhere, onto the back end of somebody else. He's got a little bit of front end damage on his car. Rob S in 6th then. Oof, Manny cutting that corner. A bit slow through there. It's already a 125 already, so that's this lap not working for him. Rob S stays in 6th. Marshall 7th. Pilgrim back in the pits. He's going to be 8th. Tyre Slayer 9th. Tyres absolutely battered. Pugwash in 10th. Or is he? Also on semi-broken tyres for Captain Pugwash. See what he puts in when he crosses the line though. Stays 10th. Nobody else moving anywhere either, I don't think. And that's everybody across the line. So it is Mockin on pole then. Skippy 2nd. Obi-Wan 3rd. 36 in 4th. We've got Manny 5th, Rob S 6th, Marshall 7th. We don't get to see that. We do now. Mockin takes that pole then. Skippy 2nd, Obi 3rd, Mutt 4th, Manny in 5th, Rob S in 6th, Marshall 7th, Pilgrim in 8th, Tyre Slayer 9th, Captain Pugwash in 10th, the Dodger in 11th, and P1 Dylan in 12th. So, a 15-minute race coming up here at Catalunya. One minute away. And then we jump into race 2. So 15 minutes first race and then 30 minutes second race. Top 8 from race 1, reverse grid for race 2. Fuel and tyres pretty much stay, well, they do stay the same throughout both races. They just have to make one stop during race 2, that's all. They don't have to change tyres, they can stay with whatever tyres they're on, but they have to at least go rolling through the pits, I think. I don't think they have to take on any tyres, they just have to go for a roll through the pits, that's all. Right, race 1 just about to get underway. Can we all get through the first few corners cleanly? Super-Formulas can be tricky. Cold tyres, not much downforce running into turn 1. Not off the line anyway. False start, so hopefully everybody keeps their foot on the brake and doesn't stomp away too early. Can cause absolute chaos. So on board with pole sitter Mockin Weeks. Let's see how they get on. The lights go on then. Final round just about to get underway, and they do get underway. It's a good start from pretty much everyone. A little bit of a drift on from Skippy off the line. It's already got Obi coming up the outside, and Manny. Obi running around the outside and gets the position off of Mockin Weeks. What to drive from him off the line. Gets himself past Skippy. Skippy had a little wobble off the line. Obi had a great start. Find himself into the lead then. Mockin into second. And there's Skippy holding on to that third. Mutt 36 in fourth. Rob S 5th. Rob S making up a position off the line as well. Whoa, nearly 3 wide through there. You can't do that. Open wheel cars don't like that. Oof, Dylan gets a wobble on through there. Already making his way through the field. Didn't put a qualifying lap in, I don't think. Did you, Dylan? Pilgrim in 7th, but under threat there. Captain Pugwash right behind him, looking for a move. Pugwash actually rolling in VR, so I can imagine this is pretty intense for him. Tyre Slayer in 9th, chasing Pugwash down. Marshall 10th, Dodger 11th, and Manny in 13th, a long way down. Oh, Manny! Drifter-trons it round there. Oh, he's falling further and further back, Manny, unfortunately. Back up front, big gaps developed already. Mockin's made a little bit of a mistake. 0.6 of it. Almost runs himself off circuit through there as well. Come on, Mockin, pay attention. Championship on the line here for him. Again, he's only got to get a couple of semi-decent results. Should hold on to that. Obi then 1 second lead as we hit lap 2. Still pulling time over Skippy though. 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds now back to him. 36 and Rob S still within touching distance. Dylan a little bit further back, 1.1 seconds down. He's on that medium tyre as well, actually. That's an interesting choice for race 1 and 15 minutes. There was a fair amount of wear on the tyres after a 10-minute qualifier, so maybe that was the choice. Tyre Slayer 7th. Everybody else on softs. Captain Pugwash having to go a little bit defensive. Marshall, having a little look and a wobble on through there. Marshall side by side with Captain Pugwash on the run up to and on the run out to that one, and gets the move. That's Captain Pugwash then into 8th for Marshall, 9th for Captain Pugwash, Pilgrim in 10th, Dodger 11th. Manny still playing catch up, unfortunately, 13 seconds down. Obi finishing lap 2. Still only a second over Mockin. Used a little bit more of that overtake function as well as Obi. It is only a 15-minute race. May not even end up using it all. Mockin gets a little bit of a wobble on through there, but he is slowly closing that gap up on Obi in front. 0.6 of a second between them. Obi's picked up a penalty as well. That's going to cost him. Mockin's just going to stay with him, and he should be able to get that off him due to Obi-Wan having to lose that penalty. Now this next right-hander then, we'll have to slow down. Hopefully he gets off the racing line. He's a good enough driver to do that, is Obi. Over to the slow side, Mockin goes through, Obi can get back up to speed, tucks himself back under the wing of Mockin Weeks. So loses about a second. He was about half a second up when he hit that penalty zone. He's now, well, he was about 0.5 of a second back as they came out of that corner, so it's not a true representation really. But now Mockin Weeks with a very slight advantage, 0.6. Still Obi getting a toe down here. Doesn't he need to use that overtake function? Has still used more of it. Mockin Weeks hasn't. But 36 then in 3rd position. Skippy down to 4th. Rob S still hunting him down in 5th. Dylan 6th, 1.7 seconds back now. Again on those medium tyres. Might all come into play for him at the end of the race. Being hunted down by Marshall though in 7th. Dropped a position. Is it you, Tyre Slayer? Must have been. Down to 8th then for Tyre Slayer. Pilgrim in 9th. Half a second penalty. He's got to lose as well. Pugwash 10th. Dodger in 11th. And Manny still trying to close these gaps. 19 seconds down at the minute. Now Mockin Weeks has pulled a little bit of a gap. He's out of the toe range for Obi. In another 10th through there. So Obi's used just over a quarter of a tank of that overtake function. Mockin Weeks hasn't even used a quarter of a tank yet, so he's got plenty left in that to for the rest of the race. Mr. Hepburn, evening. On the hunt then, sparks being kicked up, downforce pushing these cars into the tarmac. They can do nothing but drag their asses down the floor. But 36 then, 2.9 seconds down in 3rd. Still very big gap behind him, 2.3 back to Skippy. He's still only got Rob a second behind him. Dylan coming under increased threat again. Look, here's Marshall. He's now got half a second penalty. He's got to lose. Dylan might stay safe here. Slayer in a 2.9 back himself. Captain Pugwash another 2.5 back. He's got a mirror full of Pilgrim though. Second back, but he has got a penalty to lose. Dodger right on his tail. An opportunity for a position for Dodger. He can get under the rear wing of Pilgrim on the penalty straight. Manny's actually made up a couple of seconds on Dodger. Look at this up front, mocking Weeks. Has used a little bit more of that overtake function, but two, and there you go, big punch of it down there as he comes into this final corner. Fires himself around there, big handful of it as he exits that corner. Keeps it stomped all the way to the line. Pulls himself 2.6 seconds from Obi. Skippy did well then to keep that on the circuit. Ran a little bit wide on the exit of that final corner. Dipped a wheel on the grass, on the sand. Just managed to keep it on the tarmac. There's a bit of a wobble from him. Oh, not anymore, there's not. He's gone through turn 1, turn 2. And he's lit that thing right up. Loses a few positions down to 7th then. Could get overtaken by Tyre Slayer here as well. Yes, he does. Trying to get his tyres clean and back up to speed. Skippy falls to 8th. Captain Pugwash now behind him. Pilgrim lost his penalty. Dodger wasn't able to take advantage of that, unfortunately. Still 0.7 of a second behind him. But Manny has made up another couple of seconds. But look at this up front, mocking Weeks. 3.5 seconds the gap between himself and Obi. Very similar in terms of that overtake function. Obi still used a little bit more than him. Another big handful out of that corner. No. Quite happy with the gap he's got between himself and Obi. 3.7 seconds. .36. 2 seconds behind Obi. No threat at the minute. Rob S. Into 4th then, Skippy getting that, this corner completely wrong. Spun him round, so Rob S gets promoted to 4th then, Dylan up to 5th, Marshall 6th, Tyre Slayer 7th, Skippy 8th then, Captain Pugwash 1.3 seconds down in 9th. Dodger has got past Pilgrim now into 10th. I think Pilgrim's been off track somewhere. Oh, big piles of red on his front left. Absolutely screaming out to be changed, but 9 minutes into a 15-minute race, can't see that doing him any favours. Only 10 seconds, nearly 11 seconds ahead of this man. Still pulling a little bit of time at the back then, Manny. Watkins just having fun out there now. So if he wins this race, he's taken the championship. That's about the size of it, because nobody else will be able to close that gap up on him. Lap 8 of, well, however many it's going to be. We are pretty much 10 minutes into this one, 5 minutes left. Again, got a 30-minute feature race coming up after this one. Same setup, top 8 reverse grid. 4.2 seconds up the road. 36 is actually closing the gap up on Obi. Gap at 1.4 seconds. He's using big piles of that overtake, I think, to try and close that gap. So we've got a quarter of a tank left of it with 4.5 minutes to go. Obi's got about a third of a tank left. Rob S then still holding 4th. Dylan's still 5th. Not quite been able to close that gap up on him. Marshall still just with it. Oh, I was just about to say he's within touching distance, but falls back up. Falls back with a little bit of a wobble through that corner. He's got to lose his penalty here as well. Drop him off the back of Dylan. Tyre Slayer 7th, then Skippy not too far off the back of him now, just a second back. He's doing alright, Skippy. Just got turn 1, turn 2 completely wrong. Sent himself himself backwards. Pugwash then in ninth, 2.2 back from Skippy. Dodger 2.8 back from him. Oof, maybe a bit deep through there for Dodger. Pilgrim another 4.3 back again. That front left absolutely crying out to be changed. Okay, Manny's been in, fresh set of tyres, so he's a long way down, but he might just be going for fastest lap or something. So 43.5 seconds behind Pilgrim, so no positions to be had for him. So are we going to see Mocking Weeks go for full points here? He's had pole position. It's looking good for race 1 win. He's got fastest lap. 3 minutes left to race. Again, so if Mocking wins this one, he has clinched the championship. I think I'll have to double check my own words now. Starting lap 10 then, big pile of overtake for Mocking. That's not what I want. That's not what I want either. That's what I want. Yeah, he's won it. He's won it. That's Mocking. So 13 minutes in. Nice big 5-second lead for Mocking. Obi-Wan had the lead for a little bit, but had to relinquish it due to a penalty. 36 not being able to close that gap up anymore. Soft tyres are screaming out to be changed, so 2.1 seconds down for him. Rob still holding 4th, 5.7 seconds down. Still got Dylan right behind him, just a second back. Oh, what's happened here? Marshall's up in 6th. Tyre Slayer's got it wrong somewhere. He drops to 7th. Marshall gets past. Skippy in 8th. He might have a position to go for here as well, with Tyre Slayer being so close. Captain Pugwash in 9th, 3 seconds down, unfortunately, out of any kind of slipstream range. Same for Dodger as well, 3.5 seconds down. Pilgrim another 16, soon to be 17.5 seconds back in 11th. Manny, even though he's been in for tyres, he was 45 or 49 seconds behind Pilgrim. He's now only 30 seconds back. But we are into the last minute of the race. So that could see this being the final lap. Possibly. We'll see. 3.9 seconds lead. Obi still holding that second place comfortably. Mud 36 lost a bit more time to Obi. Dylan's got himself past Rob. What's happened to Rob? He's been off track somewhere. He's picked himself up a penalty. His front left is absolutely fully red. That's what's probably caused that. So Dylan gets up to 4th then. But let's just keep an eye on this man. This is going to be final lap. Mocking. One more corner to go then. Tyres definitely wanted changing. And crosses the line to take the win. Then Obi comes home in 2nd. Holding a little bit of a penalty, but it doesn't matter. Mud 36 going to come home in 3rd. Dylan will take that 4th position. Rob S comes home in 5th. What a shame for Rob S. Slight mistake on that final lap cost him. Marshall's going to come home in 6th then. Tyre Slayer not too far behind in 7th. Skippy 8th, being hunted by Captain Pugwash in 9th. Manny's already crossed the line. Dodger takes 10th, and we just wait for Pilgrim. Okay, Manny already crossed the line. So that's it. Congratulations, Mocking Weeks, with a race in hand as well. and takes that 11th. Manny already crossed the line. There he is, look. Glory, glory, with all the confetti and everything. Well done, Mockin. And yeah, we've got another race coming. Half an hour, same setup. They do have to take a pit stop of some description. Whether they have to take on board tyres is a different matter completely. I don't think they have to take on tyres for race 2, but they have to roll through the pits at the minimum. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. Oh, what a shame. Rob S has had to dip out. Unlucky Rob doesn't get to see the final race of the season. It's a shame. He's been doing alright as Rob. Okay, a 5-minute break until race 2. That starts at 21:41. So wherever you're viewing from in the world, my clock, top right, go by that. I was quite surprised actually. I thought Obi would be able to press Mocking Weeks a little bit harder. Not to be. Just finding those little sections. A little bit of that overtake function just on those tiny, tiny little straights was enough. And then yeah, Obi just not able to pile the pressure on enough. Mocking was just able to escape a little bit, lap after lap. Did we do official results? We're doing them now. There it is, then Mocking Weeks on that top spot. Oh yeah, Obi did cross the line with a penalty, so it does pick up a 1 second penalty. It did only say half a second, but it doesn't care, it just gives you a second anyway. Didn't affect him though. Mutt 36 comes home in 3rd, Dylan 4th, Rob S in 5th, Marshall 6th, Tyre Slayer 7th, Skippy in 8th, Captain Bugwash in 9th, Dodger in 10th, Pilgrim 11th, and Manny in 12th. No tyres. Yeah, there you go. So just coming up in the lobby chat there. Remember, no tyre rule for this one, but you must at least drive through the pits. Yeah, I thought that was the rule. Whoa. So a couple more minutes left. Let's see if Mocking Weeks is even going to bother. Is he even going to bother? He starts from 8 on the grid. He's got a few fast drivers in front of him. We'll see how he gets on. If Dylan can make his way through the field as well, he might just be able to disappear and take the final race win of the season. If he can disappear though. Interesting choice for the mediums for race 1 though. You saw the state of the softs at the end of that race. So they will have to definitely come in for tyres during this race. That's no actual need to change tyres, you know, to a different compound or anything like that. They can just stick with softs all the way through if they want. Better we'll be clicking that like button as well. I'm going to keep refreshing, checking. I need one of those little things, don't I, that pops up. Goes ding ding. I need one of them. for the click, like and subscribe nonsense. I just ping that up halfway through the race just to annoy you lot. Full screen at the most inappropriate moments. So about a minute away from race 2 then, final race of the Super Formulas. It's been a good season as well. We'll see how everyone gets on in this final race. Still a lot of points to play for in that midfield part of the championship. Mockin's already secured the win in that last race we've just watched. So he can just take it a little bit easy now. You know, still racing for glory, I suppose, but it's entirely up to him whether he actually piles the pressure on anyone. Right, that's pretty much it then, people. We're about in. It's the no chicane, Captain Pugwash. There might be a great big barrier waiting for you here. Look, oh, look, oh. Is that what we're doing, is it? We're using the chicane on the last race, even though the chicane's out of action. Here we go then, race 2. So top eight are reverse grid. Everybody else on the that finished starts from the back. So it is Skippy leaders away, Tyre Slayer second, Marshall third, Dylan fourth, Mutt 36 in fifth, Obi in sixth, Mockin in seventh. Oh, we did lose Rob, didn't we, unfortunately? Oh, it's not a great start from Skippy. Marshall tags him in the back. Didn't get a great start there, Skips. Drivers already looking for positions. Dylan trying to squeeze one up the inside of everybody off the line and gets it through. Oh, does he? Yes, he does. Tyre Slayer's had to back off Dylan then. On the mediums, through to the front of the race. You watch this now. If nobody can get on his tail, he's off ski. Mutt 36 into second, being hunted by Tyre Slayer. Mocking Weeks into fourth already. Obi-Wan right behind him, fifth, Skippy in sixth, Captain Pugwash seventh. Oh my god, there's cars going sideways in the background. Dodger eighth, Marshall in ninth, Manny just getting himself back up to speed in 10th. Pilgrim also a long way down. What's happened to you, Pilgrim? 10 seconds behind Manny already. Manny's just steering himself into the wall. Have you got steering issues, Manny? Have you got wheel issues? We have this with you on Thursday as well in the Mazdas, causing chaos. So yes, Dylan on those mediums, but 36 behind him on the softs. A couple of drives behind with penalties. Tyre Slayer holding one, as is Mocking Weeks. Again, already won the championship. Mocking hasn't got anything to worry about. Tyre Slayer still racing for points though. Just half a second behind 36. Both of them closing up on Dylan down towards turn 1. 36 doesn't go for it into there though. Again, he possibly could have done on the softer tyres. Might have been able to outbrake Dylan through there. But yes, on that medium tyre, if he can stay in front of these drivers on the softs, by the time they start blowing their tyres out, he'll still be in a pretty good condition. Top 4 then, pretty close together. Skippy 3.1 seconds down in 5th, Obi-Wan right behind him. So he's had a mistake somewhere as well, Obi. He was right behind Mockin, down to 6th then. Marshall right behind him in 7th, Captain Pugwash right behind him in 8th. Bit of a gap back to Dodger, 4.9 seconds, also on that medium tyre. Pilgrim on the medium in 10th, and Manny falls to the back again in 11th. So, Tyre Slayer holding third, lost his penalty. Mocking Weeks also lost his penalty. Mocking Weeks is racing then, big handful of overtake function down there to close the gap up on Tyre Slayer. Tyre Slayer Mocking then through turn 1 into turn 2. 1.8 seconds separates these four. Oh, Mocking pushing it hard through turn 3. Soft tyre for race 2 start. Closes back up on Tyre Slayer through there. Looking for a way past. And gets it, now breaks him into third then for Mocking. What is he, 1.3 seconds behind Mutt. The chase is on now then. Can Tyre Slayer stick with him? Both on the soft tyre. Obi-Wan back up into 5th. 2 seconds behind Tyre Slayer. Marshall in 6th. Captain Pugwash 1.2 seconds behind him in 7th. Dodger 8th. Skippy's dropped back down to 9th. Also on that medium tyre. Struggling a little bit, I think, maybe. Pilgrim in 10th, 1.6 seconds behind Skippy. And Manny, another 1.9 seconds down in 11th. Unfortunately, we've had to lose Rob S. He's got family things to go and deal with, so that comes first. Dylan continues to hold race lead. A little tiny piece of that overtake function used. Mutt 36 hasn't touched his yet. Look like he has yet. Anyway, there's a tiny little sliver if he has. Mocking Weeks then right under the rear wing of Mutt 36, 0.3 of a second, just half a second behind race leader Dylan as well. Second position at the minute. Mocking just 0.3 of a second back. Loses a big pile of time through there. Oh, it's a half a second penalty as well. Did seem to run a little bit wide off that right-hander at the top. Lose that penalty next lap then. Tyre Slayer 4th. Still got Obi-Wan for company. 0.8 of a second back. To make a move. He can carry the speed onto the start-finish straight. He's carrying a load. Big pile of overtake function being used down there, as is Tyre Slayer trying to defend from him. Obi-Wan then up towards turn 1. Backs out. Tyre Slayer holds onto it. Obi-Wan 5th. Marshall 6th. A little way back now. 2.2 seconds. 2.9 back to Captain Pugwash. 8 seconds back to Skippy. 1.8 back to Dodger. 1.1 back to Manny. Pilgrim now falls off the back. He's now 1.9 seconds down. Medium tyre drivers don't seem to be getting on too well. Well, apart from this man at the front. Putting his car exactly where it needs to go. A little bit of wear showing on his mediums now. Jump on board with Mutt 36. It's pretty much double the amount. Mocking Weeks has got to lose his penalty right here. Drivers just staying on the slow part of the circuit while they do lose that penalty. Didn't lose any positions, but it has allowed Tyre Slayer and Obi-Wan to close that gap upon him. 0.8 of a second. Didn't lose too much then on Mutt 36. Dylan still holding a second up front, just about. Pulls that gap then. Take function now being used by Mutt, to close that gap up on Dylan. Again, if Dylan can just hold on to those tyres and get out of the slipstream range of those drivers behind, he should be in with a shout of winning the race here. Mocking Weeks still in a good position as well. Close that gap right up on Mutt 36. Pulled himself away from Tyre Slayer and Obi-Wan again a little bit. Line on the run through there. back. Dylan also falls back into the hands of Mutt 36. Not able to break that toe yet. Mocking Weeks dragging that car back on. Didn't want to pick up a penalty this time. 3 seconds in it between the top three. Tyre Slayer falls a little bit further back, 2.4. Obi's not managed to get past him either, just a second back himself. Marshall 2 seconds behind Obi, bringing that time down a little bit himself actually, also on those medium tyres. Pugwash on the mediums. Oh, he's been into the wall. He's picked up a little bit of front end damage as Captain Pugwash. It will repair itself, but it's going to slow him down a little bit just as he comes onto one of the fastest parts of the circuit as well. Does repair itself just as he comes through. Skippy then in 8th, pulled a bit more time. No, Dodger's messed it up somewhere, unless he's been in the pits. But Manny's up into, Skippy's into 8th, Manny's 9th, Pilgrim's in 10th. Dodger has not been in the pits, he's got it wrong somewhere. Dropped himself to 11th. So back to the front, 9 minutes in. Dylan still leads. Those medium tyres still serving him well. Mutt 36 can't put it to him on those softs. Mocking Weeks is trying everything he can, but he's got to get past Mutt 36 first. He has got a little bit more wear on that front left than Mutt 36. Keeping himself right in the fight at the minute though. Already won the championship, Mocking, so he's only racing for glory. This final corner then, still just a second between the top three. Now Mocking Weeks might go for a move here on Mutt 36, carrying a great chunk of speed out of that final corner. Swings himself over to the pit side of the track, gets himself back in front before turn 1. Great move by Mocking, carrying great speed around that final corner. Can he make his tyres work before they get too far gone? 7.7 of a second behind Dylan. Soft tyre on board for Mocking, medium tyre on board for Dylan. Again, all drivers have got to pit at some point. Do whatever they want in terms of tyres, but they have to stick a pit in at some point. 2.4 of a second back for the minute is Mocking. Swings it right to try and keep all 4 wheels on the circuit, or keep some wheels on the circuit through there. Couple sectors from him as well. Might be on for a fastest lap. It's Obi one that's currently holding that. Mutt 36 then, still in with a shout here. 0.7 of a second back. 11 minutes in. Nobody stopped for tyres just yet then. No position to close up on Dylan. Soft tyres then starting to give a little less grip going around these fast right-handers. Gathers that back up, slows it down using the gears. Himself just in touch. Mutt 36 falls back a little bit. His tyres have caught him out. 1.5 seconds he's falls back off this fight. He's picked himself up half a second penalty as well. So out of the tow range. Penalty to lose as well for Mutt 36. It's around this next corner as well. See him slowly get smaller. Oof, Mocking risks it. Goes a little bit deep through there himself. Penalty though, keeps himself on the tail of Dylan. This is a couple of tenths though. When are we going to see drivers come in the pits? It's got to be pretty much the halfway mark if you're going soft, that's for sure. Holding his nerve on those mediums though, Dylan. Only just touched that overtake function really. Hard hardly any used on that. Monkey Weeks has used a quarter of a tank, still got plenty left to play with of that. 36 then loses that penalty, 2.7 seconds down now from the top two. Obi-Wan gets himself into fourth with 5.6 seconds down. Tyres absolutely screaming. Tyre Slayer under all sorts of threat from Marshall. Oh, good job. There's a little bit of run off there for Marshall. If that was sand, that could have been treacherous. Manages to carry the speed. He's all over the back of Tyre Slayer again. Got that one wrong. Oh, stop it. So drift on through there, so he does fall a little bit further back from Tyre Slayer. Captain Pugwash then 5.7 seconds down in 7th. Skippy with a half a second penalty to lose as well, 3.3 down for him. Pilgrim's another 11 seconds down in 9th. Manny's another 26 seconds down. He's been in for a fresh set of tyres. The Dodger 4.5 behind him, still rolling on his mediums at the minute. Oh, Mockins. Oh, I was going to say Mockins had a terrible accident, but he's not. He's coming to pits. So he's coming in for his tyres then. That's a good call. Pretty much the halfway point by the time he comes out. Releases Dylan then, 4.5 seconds. He has now over Mutt 36. Marshall stays out. Mockin in then. Obi-Wan in. Tyre Slayer in also. I can imagine it's going to be another set of softs on for Mockin. Release back out on circuit. He does stay in 6th then. Nobody close enough to go for a move into turn 1. So, going to run the rest of the race on his second set of softs then, Mockin. Get ourselves up here. 4.5 seconds then for Dylan. Be interesting to see when he comes in the pits. He could opt to come in now. By the time he comes out, it'll be about 14 minutes left to race. Again, soft tyres have lasted just about that long, as you can control the pace coming into some of those fast right-handers. Not coming in this time. 36 does peel into the pits this lap though. Marshall. He's on the mediums. He's coming in anyway. Captain Pugwash has got a half a second penalty. He's going to stay out on his mediums. Skippy is going to miss the pits. He's going to stay out on his mediums. Weeks in 6th then. Just coming around that final corner now. Get a couple of positions. Yes, he does. Regains 4th. Top 3 drivers not stopped yet then. Mutt 36 rejoins the track, sorry. Another set of softs on board for him. Tyre Slayer on his softs in 6th. Obi-Wan in 7th out of the pits. Fresh set of softs. Marshall in 8th. Fresh set of softs on board for him. Manny, a little bit of wear on his soft, stopped a couple of laps ago, now holding fastest lap of the race himself. Dodger still on those mediums. So up front then, Dylan, 21 seconds lead with everybody else firing in the pits. Again, when will he risk it? He comes in this lap, 21 seconds lead, 22 seconds lead over Captain Pugwash. 26 seconds over Mockin. There is Pugwash. Still not stopped himself. Expect him to be in probably this lap. Nope. He stays out. Mockin Weeks then down towards this final corner. Dylan still taking on board fuel. Gets released now. Where's he going to be? Goes Mockin. So currently second then. Managed to get the jump on Dylan. He's chasing down Captain Pugwash. Captain Pugwash on a worn set of mediums. Mockin Weeks should make short work of this. Also regains fastest lap as well. Mockin 1:21.008. get himself ahead of Skippy as well, 3.5 seconds, and Skippy now the cork in the bottle with Dylan. Dylan scoops one up the inside through there, into third he goes. Maybe a little bit pushy on Skippy, but I think Skippy was trying to give him the door wide enough open so he could go through. He has now got 3.6 seconds to close up on Mockin. There they go. Mockin Wheat's all over the back end of Captain Pugwash. Captain Pugwash has still got to take a pit stop yet. Warn mediums as well. Mockin will just thinking, just get out of my way. I've got Dylan coming up behind me. Stop it. It does peel over. It comes in the pits now then, so that does release Mockin Weeks into the lead of the race. Dylan now 2.6 seconds behind him. 11.5 minutes left, just under. Just under half a tank of that overtake function to use. Dylan still got pretty much all of that. Can he use it? Pilgrim's left the room. What has happened to Pilgs? There he goes, big handful of it up there. Looking to close that gap down. 2.5 seconds behind Mockin. Again, Mockin's still got plenty of that left himself, so he's got the opportunity to pull that time back on him. His tank will run empty before Dylan's. Oh, Mockin almost moshed it up then. Loses a big pile of time to Dylan. Oh, full second. I thought Mockin had absolutely binned it then. Got down to 1.4 seconds. Dylan then smells the blood in the water. Big pile of overtake running down there as well. Still holds that 1.4 seconds. Mockin Wheat's going to start using that overtake function on some of these shorter little straights, I can imagine soon. There you go. Big handful of it down there. Past the pit entrance. Big handful of it on the exit there. Dylan as well. Great big handful of it as he chases him down. 1.1 seconds the gap. 10 minutes left. Hands full now, Mockin. Dylan, who's on the mediums for stint 1, is now on the softs for stint 2. Actually also picked up fastest lap, 120.737 for him. Still chucking in purple sectors as well. But holding his own. Quarter of a tank of that overtake function. Dylan half a tank of that overtake function. Let's see what else is happening on track. In fact, I don't want to. Oh, they're far enough away from the start finish straight. I can have a look. But then still holding third. Tyre Slayer in fourth. Obi in fifth. Marshall sixth. Pugwash in seventh. Manny in eighth. Skippy 10th. Ninth. And Dodger losing his penalty in 10th. We've lost a couple of drivers out of this one. There is Mockin holding himself ahead of Dylan still. Both drivers, big pile of that overtake function down the start finish straight. Gap of 1.3 seconds between them. Pressure building there for Mockin. He's already won the championship, so it doesn't matter if he bins it really. Obviously he'll want to take final win of the season. So will Dylan. Minutes remaining. Still 1.3 seconds between these two. Now, is Dylan just playing his cards completely correctly? Is he just waiting for Mockin Weeks to run out of his overtake function? And then just slowly but surely catch up with him in the last lap or two. Still 1.2, not yo-yoing anywhere yet. Loses a little bit of time through there, Mockin. Get down to less than a second then. About a tenth away from that slipstream range is Mockin Weeks. Weeks uses a little bit of a handful of that overtake function past the pit entrance. I don't think Dylan does, which is just allowing Mocking Weeks to keep himself in front. Very closely matched, these two. 7 minutes left on the race timer. Soft on board for Mocking, looking a lot worse condition than Dylan's. He stopped a couple of laps after he was rolling on the mediums for stint 1. Overtake function being used down there for Mocking. Breaks the toe. Neither driver using it down that straight there. So you'll see, I just want to have a look on board with Dylan when he comes past that pit entrance, to see if he contemplates using a little blob of that overtake function down there. Again, Mocking Weeks seems to use a tiny little bit just to judge the car down the road a tiny bit. No, nothing for Dylan. Six minutes remaining, still the gap at a second. Mocking Weeks gets a little bit of help off of Manny, a little bit of a toe down that start finish straight. Turn 1 into turn 2. Now loses time. 3/4 of a second between himself and Dylan. Dylan going to start piling the pressure on then. Last 5 minutes of the race. 36. He's been able to do absolutely nothing. He's kept with them for most of the race, but all went wrong in the pit window. 9.4 seconds down for him at the minute. He's in a comfortable position though for third. 10.6 seconds back to Obi-Wan in fourth. It's going to take a terrible accident from him to lose that one. Marshall in fifth, then he's not too far back off. Oh, sorry, that's someone else in front of him. He's 3.3 back from Obi. That's Dodger just in front of him. Tyre Slayer in sixth then. 7 behind Marshall. We've got Captain Pugwash another 10.7 seconds back. Skippy's another 17 seconds back. Manny's 31 seconds back, and Dodger now another 21 seconds back. Mocking Weeks undecided on which side of the circuit he wants to go. He wants to go whichever side Dylan's not. So 4.5 minutes remaining. Dylan back into that toe range, 0.7 of a second. Whoa, I lied, 0.5 of a second. Another couple of tenths there, Mocking. Of that overtake function left. Dylan's still got over a quarter of a tank of it. 3.5 minutes. Absolutely neck and neck, these two. A little bit more wear on Mocking Weeks' tyres than there is Dylan's. Dylan's also holding more of that overtake function as well. And he is back in tow range as we come down onto this start-finish straight. Big pile of overtake from Mocking, big pile from Dylan. Switching sides again, trying to drop the toe. 0.4 of a second in it. Not going to be able to go for the move into turn 1. Exactly 3 minutes remaining on the race clock. All over the back of him now, Dylan. That view up a little bit. Let's get that timer at your eyesight as well. Just keeping himself in the right place, still Mocking. 0.8 of a second. It's about 0.85 I think you need before you actually catch the toe of the driver in front. So he's still just... Dylan gets a wobble on through there. Oh, that's a great big pile of time he's lost. 1.6 seconds the gap then to Mocking Weeks. He's going to be using all that overtake function all the time on every straight ever. this one. Try to bring that gap back down. Doesn't use any through there. Carries speed through that pit entrance straight onto this start-finish straight. Doesn't use any overtake down here. Now he does. Gap down to 1.4. Slaps the brakes on into turn 1. Minute and a half. They are just about going to see another lap after this one, these two. 36 still rolling around. I don't think he's going to see another lap after this one. He is 13, nearly 14 seconds. Oh, Marshall's got his way past Obi. Obi's got it wrong somewhere. He's found himself with half a second penalty to lose. Back marker to get past as well. Tyre Slayer in 6th then. Pugwash in 7th. Skippy 8th. Manny in 9th, Dodger 10th. There is Mockin, runs a little bit wide through there. Gets away without a penalty. Hoping that was Muck 36 that had closed the gap, but not quite. Softs on Mockin Weeks then, so we've still got 40 seconds just under left on the race timer. They will cross the line. These two definitely will see another lap for sure. Not 36 then. Will he see another lap? Might just, you know. Let's get to see another lap then. So it is going to be Marshall that's going to be the first of the finishers. That final corner, across the line then for Marshall. He takes 4th. Tyre Slayer's going to come home and he's going to take 5th. Captain Pugwash and that same corner for 6th. Obi-Wan lost his penalty, drops all the way down to 7th. What a shame for Obi. Final race. Skippy is going to be dirtbags. Dirtbags. Sorry, Manny. Dylan used all of his overtake function. He's used all of it. Mockin Weeks has made a mare as well. He's managed to pick up a penalty. So Dylan does manage to sneak through and take that race lead then, right on that final lap. Again, I thought he was playing it strategic with that overtake function. And there he goes up to the line to take the win then in the final race of the season. Mockin Weeks coming across the line, chaotic. Tried everything he could, but yeah, Mockin Weeks just had it. Dylan just had enough of that overtake function to pile the pressure on him down this start-finish straight on that final lap. Closed the gap and took it. Muck 36 then also comes home and takes 3rd place. Good effort from him, just not to beat. There you go. Not quite full points then tonight for Mockin, but he does take the championship regardless. So yeah, congrats Mockin. Many points on the board tonight. So yeah, that's the Super Formulas done. The Mazda's finished this week as well. I've got a few more rounds left of the DSC Premier League on Monday nights. What have we got of that? 3, maybe 4 rounds left of that. A couple of rounds left of the DTM Classics on Wednesday night as well, but that's it for me for the time being. So yeah, again, next race, what are we on? Sunday night. So tomorrow night, 8 o'clock for the DSC Premier League. That's in the Radical Red Bulls. Then Wednesday night, 8:30 for the 90s Classic DTMs. Benz 190s and Cosworths and stuff like that. That's what we're rolling about in. So that's it. No more P1 stuff until their new season start. I'll throw those up on the page as and when. And yeah, GTTCC starting in July. So if you want to get yourself involved in some proper big epic GT4 racing, there's like 6 or 7 lobbies, all differing skill levels. Lots of people put videos together. There's usually commentary on most of the leagues, livery comps. Just yeah, There's a lot of hype around it, so yeah. If you want to get involved in some good racing, then that's the one to come and check out, GTTCC. But yes, that's pretty much going to be it from me tonight. I'm going to say goodbye to all the P1 boys, because obviously they won't be in it. They're probably all shouting at me in the chat. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Monday night, again, 8 o'clock. Wednesday night, 8:30. That's all we've got on the cards at the minute. So yeah, I hope you've liked what you watched. If you have, make sure you click that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. But most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.